Alright, everybody. Taking a bit of a back to basics approach here. Well, kind of. We're playing Sorin again. And I'm still going to stick with Murktide, but I'm going to just stick with just one and not one in the side. It's like OG Gurmag numbers. I found that when you're fighting Resembling, it's not really what cards you have. It's just you need more cards, you know? Yeah. Because I have the cards that can stop like their individual plans, like Bolt for Voidwalker, Graveyard Hate for Graveyard stuff, or Graveyard Hate with Force backup more accurately because they have a force to force through their stuff. And that's kind of the problem. I just need more cards, so we'll figure it out. Or we won't. We'll figure it out. This hand is really slow. End of statement. And we're up against the City of Traders deck, which is not good. But if they play a Chalice here, then we mostly just won't care about that. Sting Scourger. So yeah, some extra Goblins tech over there. They hit 5, not 6. What does that mean for us? It means they have a Spirit Guide. Great. Okay, this would have been soft to force. They don't exactly whiff, but they don't exactly hit either. What can we do here? Muxus will hit for, what, 7? We don't have long to figure this out. Nimble Obstructionist. They must have drawn that for turn. Well, maybe not. Oh, that's good. I'm curious if this is lethal. This is a lot of damage. Okay, they stack the triggers right. Yeah, it's one of the fastest goblin goldfishes I've ever seen. Turn 2 with combat damage, not just like a theoretical, like, I can't come back from this type win. Very impressive. We can cut some of our top end for this matchup. And then Cling to Dust and Spell Pierce are both not very impactful. Neither is Narset, but it's nice to have a way to jump up in cards. I've also been playing a little off the wall here and playing one Surgical Extraction just so I can take the game long without having to worry about losing to Muxus. An uncounterable Muxus, that is. It's a little kooky, but these are the kinds of strategies that are worth at least trying out. Okay, this looks a lot better. I'll keep that. I'd like to play around Cavern of Souls by just leaving up a revoltable Fatal Push this turn. Even though Force would have absolutely trashed that last hand. Unlicensed Hearse. Not a bad guess off a Bloodstained Mire as your only info. Or they could have looked me up. But also, I'm never that concerned with Unlicensed Hearse. Effective, but not a bullseye, essentially. Yeah, I think I'll just keep my options open here. Put this Ponder in hand. Sure. Sure. I'll give them, like, the chance to throw the hearse after I push this thing. I don't think they'll do it. You still have 5 cards in hand. That's too many. Skirk. Nothing. Well, that's interesting. I think I'll have them discard instead of destroying hearse. That is debatable, though. I mean, I'm sure they have something they wouldn't really mind chucking. Yeah, I'll just destroy the hearse. It could attack for damage later or something, you know. All that kind of stuff. It's exiling Bombardiers in response. Making red. Resolves. Will they spin the red? No. Okay. Lorien revealed. Confusing, because I did shuffle, but it is possible to happen. I'll take more removal. No cantrip, though, so I do have Snapcaster Mage. And making land drops is good. Okay, let's go like that. So much mana. Chalice on 1, sure. Looks like we do want to work up to a Snapcaster K-Command situation here. In case of emergency, I can bounce Chalice and then bolt a Name Sticker Goblin or something, but it doesn't seem like they have a Muxus in hand. It's pretty safe to send when you have Cavern. Sure. Yep. Anything else here? I think I'm cool taking 3. And then I'll just Shock Shatter with a Snapcaster Mage next turn. I'll do this first because I'd like to Surveil. No, we're good. Don't need that. Baleful Strix. Very nice. up in the value here. No, if I don't need to shock and I can just block with Snapcaster Mage, I can destroy the Chalice and raise dead Snapcaster Mage. That'd be pretty cool. I was hoping they'd put some mana into this, but yeah, there's no reason for them to do that until they know the damage is getting through. And then nothing? That is perplexing. And worrying, I might add. How can I get rid of this cavern? I can't. I need like a Thoughtseize or something. Or a Nimble Obstructionist. We're grinding down on cards pretty nice. But that's about it. I guess there's a world in which we... Ooh, Thoughtseize, that's what I wanted. And in which we like stockpile enough removal that things just come together for us on that front. Okay, so their hand is really weak. Can't Thoughtseize the top of the deck, though, as they say. So I'm kind of looking for, what? My Singleton Murktide Regent? Bolt Snap Bolt seems a little better than, like, cantripping. Okay. Clock is coming together. We just need to dodge, like, one or two talk decks, I think, and we should be good. Pashalik Mons. That's very annoying. Unless I bounce it. It's kind of a nice time walk. But yeah, if I bolt it, then they can take out Strix. And I need to push damage, so I'm gonna go like that. Hydroblast. The way this shakes out, I think what I need to do is destroy Pashalik Mons before I cast Brazen Borrower. I could have snapped Thoughtseized there, but going shields down could be a catastrophe. It seems like they hit a Muxus. Not good. Yep. Well, what's gonna happen, huh? They hit a Matron. That is horrible. Dang. We just need to dodge a couple top decks, but we could not. They're going for another Muxus. I think somehow I do need to... cast Brazen Borrower this turn. Oh, right. Yeah, they can do this. So I guess I do need to control the board, unfortunately. Because I was thinking Bolt Snap Bolt could do it. Alright, well, Snap Thoughtseize is non-negotiable here. Force of Will. Probably not going to get the job done. Which is really unfortunate. Hit for 1. Them being at 9 is pretty different than some other life total. Seems like they drew a real thinker. They're probably debating whether they want to pump up the squad, send in Battlecry Goblin, potentially lose it to Baleful Strix, and then still have that 1-1 and just try and fight with attrition. It's not a bad plan, but I hope that it won't work. And just in case I draw Bowmasters, I'm gonna take 1 and go to 4 here. Oh shit. So they drew Spirit Guide. Now I'm at 3. I have a lot of good draws from here though. Ponder is one of them. Okay. I think I'm down to draw Brainstorm next turn. Well, hold on. So I attack for 2, put them to 7. Play Brazen Borrower. Attack for 5. Yeah, I'm just basically asking them to draw something here. I think adding Brazen Borrower to the board is not going to help very much. Yeah, Bolt can either be stop them from winning or go for the win myself. If they draw Broadside, though... Oh, if they draw Broadside, I can bolt it. If they draw Muxus and hit they'd have to hit like multiple Broadsides. I think we're gonna roll the dice here. Or maybe they'll like draw something I can force, I don't know, like Chalice of the Void or just like anything like that, you know. Oh, they're tapping mana. Oh, it's a goblin? Oh no. What's happening here? It's Rabblemaster. That's pretty good. Oh, and I just fucked up. I could have gone to 1 and then swung back for lethal. But now they can block. They're going to concede anyways. That's very kind of them. Ugh. Gotta really get my shit together here. Yeah, so in case anyone missed that, Rabblemaster requires every other goblin to attack. So they go to combat, they make the 1/1, the token comes in, and then I bolt Rabblemaster, and they have no blockers. Wait, yeah, because they were at 6. And then I flash in Brazen Borrower and attack for 6. Anyways, I think this configuration is good. Really hoping for a good 7 here. Haven't seen a Force of Despair yet, and that would have been quite the hammer in that game. Ancient Tomb continues to be our most reliable win con against goblins. And I'm being very facetious when I say that. Obviously, it's like our lightning bolts and flying attackers, but yeah, y'all know what I mean. This hand is so risky, but it has a lightning bolt and it has a Force of Despair, and it also has a Force of Will should that line up. And Murktide Regent is one of our most relevant cards in the matchup, and they're keeping 7. And they don't play discard spells. Pitching a name sticker over there. Okay, it's a double Chrome Max start. Chrome Max start. I'll probably force just about anything here. Maybe not that though, because I can just bolt it. If their last card is Cavern, obviously that's a bummer, but I'm pretty sure Bolt will line up in other ways. Nah, this is a crazy card to go all in on, though. Okay. I think our best bet here is if they just concede. I'm going to pitch Murktide Regent. We'll be able to more reliably cast Petty Theft, I think. Yeah, if they just get discouraged by all these cards in my hand, I think that's probably our best bet for winning here. And also, you know what would really help with that is if we hit a land. That's right. Beauty. It's not a land, so I will be Thought Seizing here. And then next turn I'll have hard cast Force of Despair. Cool. Alright, I can't think of a single card here that lets them go off. I mean, Goblin Rabblemaster would be pretty bad, but otherwise I think kind of just chilling right now. Would not appreciate a Blood Moon. Well, let's get to going. Now these are Force of Despair immune. Yeah, these are good cards for the matchup. Put a black card in hand I would not mind pitching. And if they don't do anything, we'll just be clocking even faster. There's Muxus. Please don't flip any matrons. Okay, well, this is going to hurt a lot. However, at least this. I don't know. But yeah, Pashalakmon's total hero right now. And now I'm kind of wishing I just had that Fatal Push to pitch instead. Okay, now this is the point where Surgical Extraction on Muxus would be pretty darn good. Still not a blue source. And they're not doing anything. I'm guessing that means they drew lands, because they can do like anything else right now. So there's no way you're going to get me to snap Thoughtseize. One more land and I can snap Force of Despair. Would make me feel a lot better. Or if I could cast this dang Brazen Borrower. Okay. Well, got a Cavern. That's maybe what they drew for turn, or they were sandbagging that Cavern. Yeah, they have something to do. What is it? It's a Matron. That's really scary. What are they going to get with it? A Muxus? Set up for next turn? Or they could step on the gas right now. They could get Ringleader. I would really not like them to do that. If they get Muxus, something kind of weird I could do is like Petty Theft to Chrome Mox. Oh, they're getting Battlecry Goblin. Okay, that lines up perfectly against what I would like to do, which is Fatal Push and not anything else. Okay, go to combat first here. Great. Push you off a cliff. And then I guess I'll take 2. And then I'm going to flash in Brazen Borrower and have a 3-turn clock going here. Shieldred's Edict. I can't imagine that's going to do too much here. But they also only have 5 mana, even though I'm sure they have a land in hand. Yep. Rabblemaster. Okay. Let me see if I can walk them into something weird here. Although them having that token is pretty shitty, huh? It will ask them to prioritize either like dealing a point of damage right now or not. I think there's no way they sacrifice the Rabblemaster, though. Yeah, there's just no way. This edict is not getting any better. Bolt? Ah, crap. Okay, well, this is a little scary here. I guess I'll leave a blocker back. Doesn't really change the clock. And then I'll just see what happens. Seven mana over there. Alright, we got there. Good deal. Alright, I do like this hand. I like having Spell Pierce and Thoughtseize. Little one of spells that really make sure you do not die. Well, Thoughtseize is not a one of these days, but in my heart it always is, because the lists that I really Legacy grew up playing were always one Thoughtseize main, one side. But now it feels pretty necessary to have more. Okay, we got a Saga over there. And a Candy Trail. I'm starting to think this is probably some kind of jewel deck. And you'd think Bowmaster would be pretty good against that, but they only really put a jewel out on the field when they know they're going to win. It's not like taking the initiative, well, let me tell you. I didn't draw a blue card. So holding up Spell Pierce is not as appealing as Thoughtseizing here. I hope I don't see a Soul Land. We don't see a Soul Land. Whoa. So Bolt is great against Emery. I doubt they're going to get this Thought cast off next turn. Does that mean I just take Force of Will? I think so. I just want to make sure that they don't stop what I'm trying to stop them from doing. Don't stop me from stopping you, I think is what I'm trying to say. Oh, great. Oh, they scried. Ugh, man, I'm stupid. One top, one bottom. Okay. Well, it looks like we'll be trying to control this board then. Yeah. Weird. I'll bolt that. And the fact that they have another Saga, like I wasn't planning on really spending any cards on this one. So that's bad. I'm going to Surveil right now. Or will I? 1, 2, 3. Then Saga is 4. Yeah, no. I'd rather just either Bolt their Emery or Spell Pierce their Thoughtcast. Because I'm pretty sure they're going to get a Mox Opal here. Yep. There's that. And it would make more sense for them to cast a Thought Cast because Emery would have to flip something to recur. Need a good draw here. Okay, that's recurable card advantage. And also makes me maybe want to just ignore Emery and control it via Cling to Dust. That's a lot of dedication, but I mean, I'm not beating these constructs. That's for damn sure. I'm crazy. If they don't draw a land, no way they could... Okay, they draw a land and an artifact, so they can tap that for Emery, and then also make a construct, which will be a 4/4. I felt good when I Thought Seized. I felt bad when everything else happened. Okay, so they're playing Blue Servant. That makes me feel a lot better about the upcoming games, because it means there's a lot of cards in their deck dedicated to not being aggressive, but rather to trying to creature combo me. No thanks. Throw it in the trash. But also this is bad because Cling to Dust is going to not be drawing me cards, but rather gaining me life. And I want to draw cards. I need to draw cards. And I'm about to take a ton of damage here as well. Yeah, this is bad. Especially if they grab the sexy boots. But maybe gaining a life isn't that bad. They're being awfully aggressive over there. I need an insane draw step. I need like Baleful Strix. Yep, they're the boots. Oh, they're hitting Grindstone? Sweet relief. Kolaghan's Command wouldn't be so horrible either, you know? Okay, alright. Does that mean they have a Painter in hand? I'm confused. Still very live to draw a Baleful Strix or something like that. Kolaghan's Command would also be really nice, but it'd be cool to back that up with a blue card, because I could have forced blue card right now. Oh my goodness. Okay, things are kind of coming together here. Yeah, I'll pay the 1. No Metallic Rebuke. Phew! They could just play another Emery right now. But could they Thought Monitor? I think so. Thought Monitor costs 3 right now. Well, I guess they couldn't Thought Monitor unless they had like another land after the Emery, but then they have to equip the boots to the Emery. Hopefully I just ruined their whole life. I keep hitting my mic. can't believe I just top decked Kolaghan's Command. It's always there when you need it most, and that's why it's my favorite card. It's one of my favorite cards. I mean, this deck is full of my favorite cards, I think. Karn, making a wish. The way they were reaching for that Grindstone, yeah, well, that doesn't make sense. They wanted to cast Grindstone out of the yard, not Painter, and they had access to both. Maybe they have both in their wish board. Alright, need a little help here. Murktide Regent's not the right kind of help, I don't think. But I'll keep it in orbit. I'm going to brainstorm right now. Obstructionist. That is kind of what we're in for. I can't hold up everything. What would I need to force? Probably something. Hopefully nothing. They're at 10. Along with Cling to Dust, like, if I can just handle this situation, could get one hit shit on Murktide. It's possible. They might even be like tapping their Ancient Tomb a bunch more anyways, so yeah. Painter's Servant resolves. Choosing blue. Okay, I could have foreseen that. Which meant I could have pitched anything, you know? Sure. I have a sneaky plan. I'm going to cast Murktide. I'm going to stifle the Grindstone activation. And then I'm going to swing for a lethal. Emery. What does that do? They put the boots on it. Or wait, no they don't. But they could cast Thought Monitor, which is a blocker. So I cling that. Or force it. Yeah, they do have to make the first move here. But yeah, this House of Cards, I don't appreciate it. It doesn't matter what I draw off Nimble Obstructionist. Anything will be blue to force with. Okay, they played out Otawara, so they're pretty confident in winning this turn. Counter that activated ability. The stack is busy, so they can't cast a creature right now. But now would be the moment to do it. Okay. Two cards in hand. They're casting a bauble. I think that's fine. I wonder if that's better than digging with Thought Monitor. Oh, they have a Thought Monitor in hand. Okay. Well, force that. I can't think of a single card that wins from here. But if they got it, they got it. Even if they gain life with Candy Trail, Cling to Dust should supercharge this Murktide. Opponent says tight margins, nice. I agree. Alright, so Meltdown feels good. Red Blast for sure. We haven't seen any Chalices yet, and it might be unlikely, since they're playing Grindstones, that they're trying to cast. I like Opposition Agent. Oop, not Force of Despair. Maybe Force of Despair. Probably not. Huh. Red Blast gets a little better. Usually, like, you know, everyone has like the funny thought of bringing Red Blast in against Painter, Red Painter that is, and usually never works the way you want it to, because that would require them to have a combo piece they want on the field. But here it makes a lot more sense, and they paint everything blue, and then all of a sudden you can start Red Blasting Karn and their lands and Urza Sagas and stuff. It has felt weird to have only two recently, but I think it is correct. Spell Pierce usually does not work against this deck. That was a very weird scenario, but a good one. A good weird scenario. And we can trim one Force. Not a Sorin matchup. Not even really a Murktide matchup. Well, that's not true, because you want the biggest creature. And also they have Painter, so like Lightning Bolt feels kind of important too. I'm going to cut one Thoughtseize and one Cling to Dust on the draw, because they are a creature deck at heart. Snapcaster Mage is also an acceptable one, just because it's a mana-heavy card. But I like Jace here. Anything that helps me dig towards Meltdown I think is pretty important. Oh boy. Opponent's taking a mulligan. We might as well too, because this hand is uninspiring. This is kind of the same hand, but with less lands. I think it's fine. I'm going to chuck a... We have two shuffle effects. I like the agency Ponder gives us, so let's go like that. Leading on Saga. Playing a Grindstone. And a Mishra's Bauble. Mox Opal. Do they have an Emery? Because that could be a problem. No, okay. Meltdown Rip. So, you're saying you don't have Force of Will right now? Okay, we draw a land. That's not great. Yeah, let's start looking for that meltdown. I don't need more of this stuff, but I'm gonna hit my land drops, so maybe having the selection's not so bad. The constructs are gonna arrive too big to fight with meltdown. I mean with lightning bolt, and it is nice to have a bolt in your back pocket though, since they are a painter combo deck and they already have a grindstone out. So yeah, seems pretty important. Beautiful Urza's Saga Island over there. We pick up cantrip number 4. I'm going to brainstorm. We hit an edict. That's pretty good. It won't help us right now. So maybe we should ponder again. Two more cantrips to put together Meltdown, Force of Will. Okay, there's Meltdown. Put that in my hand. And with 2 cards in hand, I feel like if this fails, like I don't know if we'll have enough time to snap Meltdown because they might just go for the boots here and smash for half my life total. So then I guess like Edict will come in big. I mean, that would require their last cards to be Monosaurs to equip the boots, force blue card. It's not incredibly likely. Oh, they're getting map. Okay. So maybe we do have time. And a seat. Thoughtcast. Yep. That could have given them force blue card for sure. So maybe I need to Meltdown for 1. Or 0, I mean. Just clear the constructs. And then worry about these other cards later. But, I mean, maybe I should just swing for it too. Meltdown X equals 1 would clear all of their permanents except for Basic Island. Set them back to the Stone Age. Something else I could do is brainstorm first and try and find Force of Will. It's not a bad idea. There was a lightning bolt under that. I'm going to shuffle. We don't hit. We don't hit any land either. We hit Red Blast. It's so close. So now I can at least Red Blast if they have Force blue card. Okay. I don't fight over that. And I probably should have left up the Badlands so I could cling to dust. Okay, there's another Saga. I'm not as concerned with that because I'm probably going to just stifle Chapter 2 here. Emery. Counter target blue spell. An alternative thing I could have done next turn was shock Emery and shatter Expedition Map, but I think I'd rather get more value out of my cards. So yeah, I'm just gonna draw that lightning bolt right now, not worry about constructs for a bit longer, but not much longer. I could see them getting another Saga here. Right now I'm playing it just to like get that ball rolling. Yeah, I really wish I had just like swung for that meltdown X equals 1, because I don't think that they had force blue card. Okay, they just had it in hand. So that map, probably not even all that appealing, right? They might be trying to cast a Thought Monitor right now. They could cast a Thought Cast. I hope they don't. Alright, land would be great. Bowmasters, no luck. I think Kolaghan's Command is important enough, or Snap Red Blast or whatever, that I'd rather just not try and spin for one right now. What are they going to get? Saga, okay. I think we're going to set up for an epic-ass meltdown. But that also requires staying alive in the meantime. No Stifle for that one, but hopefully Stifle for the last one. If I just pick up Obstructionist and, I don't know, Shattered Grindstone? They could also Pithing Needle Obstructionist if they don't want to see that happen. But maybe I'd destroy it. And their mana is stretched pretty thin, so I don't really need to respect their combo and constructs. Did that make sense? Okay. Servant. Now there's something I wouldn't mind hitting. Lotus Petal. Okay. So this probably means that they're not going to make a construct. I'd like to see them spend their mana first. Oh, this is what we're doing? Oh, that was stupid of me. Now they can get me on the hook for using 2 removal spells on this thing. Not if they make a construct, though, so... Yeah, they essentially just got me to waste my mana. You got me. I say screw that. Whoa. They got a lot of cards that time. Opposition agent. That's pretty good. Still missing on land. I'm being really cursed for putting those 2 lands back on the brainstorm. There's no reason not to do this right now. If they have like Dismember, they'll have to give up on Construct again. There's one. Okay. I think I just take a bobble here. It would be funny if I took my own grindstone, but I just don't think I want to invest the mana in that. And I forgot to screenshot their hand again, because I always forget to. But their hand was like grindstone and Thoughtcast. Not too inspiring. So hopefully I draw a land here. No? What are you going to draw? Thoughtcast? Huh. They're going to draw so many cards. Meltdown's not even good. Shadow Spear, Boots. There has to be a land on top of my deck, right? There just has to be. Thank you. Mathematically, there had to be a land there. So if they get Shadow Spear, they're not getting Boots. Okay, we got a lot of Bowmasters. Oh wait, duh, they can't get Shadow Spear. Like, my mind is only making half the calculations here. I will take Shadow Spear. I just don't want them. I don't want that to be part of their game. Hand is Thoughtcast, Thoughtcast. No attacks. It seems like they're playing around Bowmasters, so I'll confirm their worst fears. I did not bring in Surgical, right? There's no room. I think if we like snap Melt for 1, we should be pretty wrapped up here. We're clocking hard. They have 2 Thoughtcasts in hand, which can really get them back into the game, but would punish them for doing so. Got the GGs. I really hope I can get mine in. Okay, cool. I always feel bad because there's such lag. Cool. Let's keep rocking. Winning the die roll. I'll be mulliganing this. Hand is not much better. I'm going to keep and send one of the duplicate Nar sets and hope to put something together. Very happy to see the opponent also taking a mulligan here. Cling to Dust could unmulligan us, but it would take 2 more lands and some cards in our graveyard. It's not impossible. See what we're up against here. Basic Swamp. Grief pitching Fatal Push. So this is probably some kind of stompy deck. I imagine they'll take Cling to Dust here. Yep. So, reanimate. Or are they going to dream big? Entomb something. Although if they have Fatal Push in their deck, they're probably playing pretty mid-rangey. We gotta make something happen here. Put that on top. Yeah, I'm gonna play that because outside of Opposition Agent, there's no real punish here. Thought sees me, sure. Two unknowns left. If they can reanimate Troll, they might take Murktide, so they don't have to worry about Race. If they're going to reanimate Grief, they'll probably just take Lightning Bolt and then probably Murktide. Then I can play a Narset, which would effectively like gain me 3 life and possibly dig me to a relevant card. Or I could play around discard and not activate Narset. Let her get hit for 3 and then activate her next turn. They take Narset. That's interesting. Okay. Well, this will get interesting. We Thoughtseize Bug. Yeah, I guess I'm playing it. Hit a Brainstorm. If they attack Narset, that buys us a lot of time. Duress me. Taking the Bolt. Attacking me. Don't mind that. Is their last card Bowmasters? We have Bowmasters. Wild. As expected. Who will they target? I can block this Troll next turn if my Bowmasters survive. Sure. Don't mind that, honestly. Okay. I think I want to ponder. Yeah. Do I? Yeah, I think it's a little more proactive than just island cycling. There's a Force of Will. We'll go to 7 and then hopefully stabilize. Or no, 5, I mean. We'll go to 5. Oh, shit. Slight problem. Well, maybe it'd be pretty hard to get Murktide up to 1 hit anyways. Can I give up on Force? I don't think so. Yeah, whatever. And they don't have days. So I will consider... Oh, hold on. Almost fucked up. There we go. They didn't do anything. Wonder what's in their hand. Go for the throat? Can't abide that. We're in a standoff. If I can find another way to supercharge this Murktide, swing for lethal, that'd be cool. Okay, lightning bolt. We're so close. Or if they just like fetch with... Yeah, if they just fetch, which would be pretty loose because they know I'm a lightning bolt deck. But, you know, Stalactite Stalker, all that stuff. Gix. If they pay 1 life. They could do that. However, that doesn't really work either. Because that would just be lethal. So I would bolt Gix in that scenario. Damn, the margins are so tight right now. Bowmasters. Yeah, that'll do it. Crap. All right. I like From the Catacombs too because it just becomes such a grindy mess most of the time. Fatal Push is good. I wonder if I missed a point of damage somewhere. I don't think so. Because I had to send that ping at Bowmasters or else Brainstorm would have went insane. Yeah. I think we might have just seen a few too many lands in the final turns there. Needed a little more action. I need another cut. I'll cut one snap. Mono black. They definitely have Stalker because they had fetch lands and stuff. And they also have Go for the Throat and stuff like that. So I wonder if Murktide's just not really good. Yeah. Having to force a removal spell does not feel good. Force, surgical. I'll give it a shot. Missing on blue card for Ponder, though, could be pretty bad. So we do have to watch out for that. Really tanking on that 6 here. Okay, they're good on 6. I won't change the order whatsoever. Yep. Oh, I wish I could Bowmaster that. I really want this other land too. So I could kind of feel it out, see if they're going to put another counter on that. Then maybe K-Command. Maybe. Or if they play another one pre-combat. Okay. I think I'm pretty good to just Fatal Push this. And then really hope to find another land after that. We did not see, what's it called, Wasteland last game, but I'm pretty sure they all run Wasteland. No play. Probably means Bowmasters. And this deck really wants to push damage, so... Oh, okay, they're going to Surveil. Bending Wasteland. Confirmed. Thank God we did not go for Badlands. Even though I really wanted to. Sure. If they grief me, it might be worth forcing. Thoughtseize, though... That's more debatable. I could extract trolls right now. And it would take a lot of heat off the game. But yeah, forcing a Thoughtseize seems pretty poor. They did not have the reanimation spell. Their hand is pretty weak. They also brought in 2 Snuff Out, so feeling very validated for siding out Murktide Regent. Okay, so Troll of Khazad-dûm, not part of the game anymore. That's great. What are they going to take here? Probably some part of the force equation, because if I force Gix, they just don't have anything going on, and they'll have to rely on their top deck. Yep. In a deck with no cantrips. Playing out the Wasteland. I'll resolve never to miss a point of damage again. I'll hold back 1 Bowmaster because I really want to be able to beat their Bowmasters. And I'm hoping to draw a red source here. Hell yeah. Let's go. Gix costs 7 to activate. That is also a draw trigger. They can Wasteland if they want. Alright, 2-turn clock on board. They do have an Edict in hand. I want to dodge Grief. If I can dodge Grief and untap, I'll feel in pretty good shape here. Bowmasters. Sure. Reanimate Gix. Alright, they're working with an Edict over there. We draw Bolt. Okay. That's almost enough reach to win, but not quite. So I'm hoping they just like put one of my Bowmasters in the yard or something. Okay, so I'll never be able to attack on the ground again. Got it. They're going to transform this. That makes me draw a card. Well, that's unacceptable with Bowmasters around, so I guess what I'll do is make this as neutral as possible. Pick up Obstructionist. Deal 2 to Bowmasters. Cling to Dust. It's a pretty good one. No blocks. Huh. Was not expecting that. I'm going to send them at face. Alright, I have a lot of good draws here. Brainstorm. Yeah, here we go. Bowmasters. Okay. Not hitting a land is tragic. Could take out the Revealing Eye. Card is kind of annoying, but I kind of want them to swing out because Bowmasters is a nasty surprise. Would also be kind of nice if they just edict for token creature, then I can get that body back. Because I feel like I just need to survive. Ping for 1. And then swing for 3 in the air. Thought sees me. Okay. Well, I guess I can force a block now, right? Well, then they'll just edict, do I hit this one? Yeah. That should do it. Got a little complicated. Or maybe it would have made no difference if I pinged them or the army token. Force of Will seems so unreliable against a scam deck. And they're not doing anything that's like game ending on the spot, which is really fortunate. Just like a lot of incremental advantage. Which is what makes From the Catacombs so effective. But it's probably more reliable than... Well, I actually really liked Thoughtseize in that game too. I don't know. I'm not really wrapping my head around this matchup quite in the right way, it feels like. They have Wasteland too. Being able to stop Stalactite Stalker seems really important. I'm just going to run it back. I think I had the right setup here. I don't want to second guess myself too much. Yeah, they're big on Wasteland. They're keeping 7. I don't have any free interaction, but I do have Island Ponder and 1 mana removal. So I think it's a keep. And I might even hit a land, you know? And they're not doing anything, so it's kind of a big deal. Did not see Dark Ritual. Doesn't seem like they're on Dark Ritual. Yeah, I hit a land anyways, so that's beautiful. Okay, we didn't see any Voidwalkers, but they have 4. So yeah, all these 1 mana removal spells are very important. No opposition agent. That doesn't mean they didn't side into it. But I'm not playing around it. Shoot. That's a shuffle. I just need lands. Okay, Baleful Strix. Sure. Sure. So having 2 pieces of removal is pretty clutch here. Unless they have another Grief. And then we could be in some trouble. And I really hope they don't have Wasteland. They might have even sighted down on them. Would they take Sorin? Okay, so they're expecting a long game. Either that or they're just trying to cast it with a Dauthi Voidwalker. Shit. Fire Brainstorm. Okay, at least we hit another land. So we're hanging in there somehow. Fatal Push can sometimes have trouble hitting Grief. And Bolt will always hit Gix. And I can protect my red source, I guess. What do I not want them to see? I guess just Fatal Push again. And then hopefully Snapcaster Mage will be good, but it could just be an Ambush Viper. I like having doubles of cards in hands when people thought sees me because I think it confuses them. Yeah, I guess I'm just hiding what? Snapcaster Mages for later anyways, and then hide Cling on top. Alright. Not feeling too good, but I think we'll get there. A lot of value in hand, and they did not play a Wasteland, and that's the most important thing here. I really want to cast Strix, but then I'd have to bolt a Bowmasters, and that doesn't feel acceptable. Raucous Theater. Binning a Mire. So they don't want land number 4. Not quite sure what to make of that. Hopefully that doesn't mean they have a 4th land and a Grief. Thought sees me. Resolves. Taking 1 Bowmasters. Okay. We're drawing Snapcaster Mage. That is a pretty good draw. And was concealed to them somehow. They're being very disciplined on that Bowmasters as well. I might as well start a fight if they want to take it, because there's nothing I really care about them reanimating in there. Okay, Brainstorm will definitely start a fight. Maybe, I don't know. Or not. Okay, from the Catacombs, I think is going to be what really cracks this open. So maybe I just build up to that with the option to shuffle it away if they wasteland me. Their inaction is going to be to our true benefit. Reanimate Grief. I think I likely should force that. Well, snap Cling to Dust as well. That would shuffle away our endgame. I think it's so clear that they drew that for turn, right? What am I really giving up on? I think nothing. And then they just have less life. I'm even going to let them pick first before bolting. Taking snap. Bolt there. Okay. I think I got their splashiest plays on lock here. And if I have my Force of Will going to next turn, I'm going to be feeling pretty rolled up here. Yeah, they're not doing anything. And they can't cast 2 Bowmasters either. So this will be a bombs away situation right now. Did they side and shadow it out? Dark Ritual resolves. Opposition Agent. Force of Will. Okay. Now it's a little riskier to start the initiative, isn't it? I mean, whatever. I can just take it back. It'd be really funny if I reanimated Opposition Agent, and then they take the initiative, and I get another land drop. That'd be pretty funny. I don't know. I think Grief is better. Let's not get too crazy right now. They might be reading it right now. Sure, that's much better than I was expecting, honestly. I was expecting a Bowmasters. Okay, I'll take Fatal Push. Snuff Out, not going to be too effective here. And yeah, I want to make sure if they like wasteland me a bunch, I can still escape from the Catacombs. Because now the point of the game is just casting that card as many times as humanly possible. We're going Lost Well for now. Bottom, top. I'm going to take, well, yeah, I guess I'll take Opposition Agent now for the reasons outlined. And I guess I should play around, or I guess I should try and be able to hold up Bowmasters if they wasteland me. And there's even some debate about like, yeah, the trap domes for 5, but Catacombs gives you a menace 4/1 attacker, which in a world of Bowmasters obviously is like not super reliable, but could very well deal more damage over time. Alright. Love a good From the Catacombs showcase. And I'll be back for match 4, but we'll have to be after... I might have time for one more. Let me see. In the die roll in match 4, against Get Dunked, who usually plays Delver, but more accurately, I think they play like the whatever hot tempo is going on. So we might expect Resembling here. And y'all know I really don't like to mulligan against Resembling, because you just need those resources. This is all good. I'm going to hide Cling to Dust. They don't usually reanimate on turn 1, because they don't play Dark Ritual. But it'll also give me a chance to recalibrate. I think it's very likely I'm going to want Orcish Bowmasters, but also very likely that I'll be on the hunt for stable black mana. And we don't have that yet. Then again, the meta is so different now that we could also just get force checked, and we'll pass the check. Island go? I'm not going to Thoughtseize. Weirdly expecting Stifle here. It would be really sweet to know I'm safe from Wasteland. Like maybe they're playing High Tide or something? I don't know. No, okay. I think my read was right. We're Resembling. Still just passing. There's a Bowmasters on top, and that card's really good. But I wouldn't mind having another look. Bolt. Bin that. I really want to land here. No luck. Well, that's not good. Okay, we did not dodge Wasteland. Got a cantrip. Gotta find that land. No? Maybe keeping that ponder was just, not good. I'm gonna force that. No argument there. Ah. Gonna have to try and do better post sideboard. I don't think we're coming back from this, but I do at least want to see what they flip here. Looks like a pretty stock list. We all know the drill. Now let's just try something different. I'm done trying to fight their Entombs. That's like the one little bit of leeway we get against this deck, since it is card disadvantage. we don't get a lot of it. I'm starting to also feel like Red Blast is not that good. I feel like I have not learned anything about this matchup, and this deck has been at the top of the metagame for like 3 months now. It's a tad infuriating. This hand's not that great. Gonna try and rely on Strix to unmulligan myself. Great, keeping 7. Is this a fun mirror? Like Rescaminator mirror? Alright. Okay, the rate of play has increased significantly. Well, if our top deck can beat 2 Griefs, they're down to 1 card in hand. There's one handled. Maybe they will pitch cast another Grief. I don't know. Don't want to take 3. Snapcaster Mage wouldn't be so bad here if they don't have days. Force of Will. Maybe they put up Bowmasters on top. Gonna try and pass quickly. If I can like catch him with a cantrip. They don't need to play their Bowmasters though. They already have pressure on board. So that's rough. Okay, now I can force their Bowmasters. We'll still have to top deck after that. Reed was right. Forcing back. Yep. I'm not ready to admit this is a bad matchup, but things definitely have not gone well every time I go up against this deck. I mean, in this game, I mulled to 6. And it wasn't a good 6. Okay. Miserable. Sorry, that probably was not fun to watch. See if I get some more decisions in this one. Yeah. This hand's not bad. It's a little regrettable that we won't have blue mana until after we shuffle. Emery. I don't have an answer for this. It also turns on Mox Amber. I think this is a clear force. They don't force back. That's good news. Ponder. I'm gonna hold up Spell Pierce for a cycle. See what happens. There's a weird pause on the draw step. That might just be other things, but it always makes you wonder. I don't really expect Miracles to be in a Seat of the Synod deck, but you never know. Really looking for blue mana. I think I'm going to bin that. Alright, we hit. Nothing. That's really strange. Maybe I can bait something out if I brainstorm. No, it's still nothing. I'm gonna put back Mountain and Ponder. On my upkeep, I'm gonna get a Volcanic Island here. Another Ponder. Yeah. There's no way to have card selection on my end step here, so let's try and develop a little more. Okay, this is good. I don't think Cling will be very relevant. At least not this turn cycle, unless they like do something crazy with Emery and Lava Spur Boots. But at that point, like, Lightning Bolt does just as good a job. But they haven't done anything for several turns. Emery might have been, like, really crucial to their plan here. Yeah, I'm concerned here. We probably need to start running out Bowmasters. Like, I don't want to give them too much more time without applying pressure. I mean, we're stockpiling resources as well, and if we can draw Cling to Dust, we also have a source of card advantage going forward. Okay, here we go. maybe. Ornithopter, okay. Hackle Packle, first among equals. At the beginning of each player's end step, if an artifact enters the battlefield under your control this turn, look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand and the other into your graveyard, and it's a 1/5. That is quite a lot of card advantage. Each player's end step, so if they can put artifacts in at the end of my turn as well, yeah, that's an absurd amount of card advantage. I can stifle the first one, but this thing is not falling to a bolt, and also blocks Bowmasters really well. Okay. Gotta figure something out for this. This is the same card advantage as Marchesa, the new Marchesa I was trying out for a little bit. Is it even worth playing Bowmasters right now? Probably not, but not spending my mana is also just insane. Oh well. I can double bolt this thing. It feels terrible. I don't really want to rely on Cling to Dust to keep up with card advantage, though. Yeah, I think that's the plan. I don't love it. It'll turn off Mox Amber again as well. They have a Rebuke. I will Spell Pierce. And the shields are down. Okay, there's another one. Do they have an artifact? They do. Oh boy. 1/5. That's an insane stat line. It hits. It gets hit by Dismember, but that's about it. Flame of Anor? Wild. I will Thoughtseize. Okay, well, definitely taking Retrofitter Foundry. We can't beat that card. Unlicensed Search is also a pain, though. Right after I said I need Cling to Dust for card advantage. Yep. We do have Meltdown, so that's cool, but yeah, not feeling great about this. Are they going to be able to win if I just flash in Nimble Obstructionist and start beating down in the air? They got 2 chump blockers. The real win was taking that Retrofitter Foundry for sure, even though I'm sure they have more. Okay, they've been Lotus Petal, so they're also just not drawing lands. Like, I mean, no, that's not a real complaint. They're also not, wait, what was I trying to say? They're not, I'm sure they have more than one Retrofitter Foundry. I don't think this is like an Urza's Saga Silver Bullet, because it's such a combo with Ackle Packle. Okay, I guess now's our chance for some card advantage. Oh, I know what I was going to say. They're not drawing cards, so Orcish Bowmasters doesn't even seem that good. They might not be able to replay Ackle Packle if I bounce it with Brazen Borrower, so there's that. I might try that. It'll give up on another card with Cling to Dust. If they want to pull the trigger on that, that is. Oop, shit. I'm so bad. Now they can just float a blue. But I mean, I could do this. No, I can't. Yeah, I just fucked up. Had to be on upkeep. Gotta get my head back in the game. I guess that Magic Inks for Scamnator put me in a kind of a bad mood. I'm not in a bad mood. I feel fine, but yeah, that was rough. Now opponent's probably going to be like, wow, why didn't you do that earlier? They could hardcast Force of Negation here. That's what they do. And I guess they could have done that on their upkeep anyways, so I still really want to hold out and see if they draw any cards. Don't mind Jace. This can keep up with Aquapackle, I bet. I need them to not have another counterspell. They have another counterspell. Shoot. What's going to happen with these Ornithopters? Why aren't they blocking? I have so many questions. They also did not activate their hearse. Okay, there's Saga. Shadow Spear will definitely win a race. Okay, and they found Retrofitter Foundry, which can not only make blockers with power, and flying, which will beat Nimble Obstructionist, but they can also start turning these Ornithopters into 4/4s, which is quite the clock. Shieldred's Edict. Not great. We just have to try and race. Orcish Bowmasters can block enough 4/4s. Okay, now they're doing that, sure. Yep. They can untap Retrofitter Foundry and make another one if they want. I guess I'll have them sacrifice a creature token. Start working through these. Okay, they've been seated the Synod there. And yeah, these Urza's Saga constructs are also going to be large. However, they probably can't afford to do it all because they haven't been making land drops. Yeah, 7/7, gnarly. There's another Saga, so they can make a servo on my turn. Yeah, I think I'm about ready to give up on them drawing cards. I don't think it's something this deck does. Okay, let's go to the next one. I think I get the idea. And we'll be siding like pretty similar to 8-cast. Meltdown, Red Blast, Fatal Push, pretty good against the 1/5. Opposition Agent I really like versus Saga decks. And then Force of Despair does not seem bad either. Murktide seems really good. Spell Pierce, not so much. Lightning Bolt is also borderline, but the fact that they have Emery makes me want to keep it. We can cut our high end as well. And then I might regret this, but I'm going to cut Narset, even though having ways to dig for Meltdown is really important. The other reason why it's so good against 8-cast is because it really shuts off their engine, essentially. So I might also go down on Bowmasters for that reason, and just really up our card quality. I think for that reason I'll also swap Cling to Dust for Jace since we're on the play. And Thoughtseize can stay just because I have really no idea what's going on. I mean, I have enough of an idea to go of what's going on to effectively sideboard and fight this deck. But it is definitely nothing I've faced before. It looks good. And we're weirdly gonna get a Badlands first. Pretty clear Retrofitter Foundry here. Not too concerned with the rest of the cards. Yeah, that's fine. Force of Will is not feeling too impactful either right now. I could play Sewers, which would give me Agent next turn, but they didn't play a Saga, so I think I'd rather Ponder. Okay. Not very exciting, but this should give us what we need to set up. We'll have 4 lands. Lightning Bolt. Well, we're definitely forcing that. Well, we have Fatal Push, but we can't trigger Revolt until 2 turns from now. So I'll force. So another hand is Boots, 2 Ornithopters, and a Lotus Petal. Not that crazy. I could also just bin that, because it's pretty likely we'll be able to find another land at some point. If they play another Aquapackle next turn, though, that would be rough. Not that we'd be able to stop it anyways. They're going to pass. So I guess Ornithopter is more of an enabler. They're not trying to get on board or anything. I'm going to Brainstorm. Meltdown's good. I'll hide that on top. Probably run out Opposition Agent this turn. Start getting in for damage. They did not activate her, so they're staying vigilant on that. No action at all. Alright. Well, let's get to going. Meltdown is a nice safety valve here. But, I mean, they have 2 cards in hand. They didn't add to the board. They could be holding, like, Forest Blue card. They could have Metallic Rebuke, which we should be able to beat. I mean, Meltdown for 0 seems just as good against this deck as anything. Although if they have Retrofitter Foundry out, we're really going to want to take that out. Now we're hitting for 3 a turn. Maybe more if we play Obstructionist. Sure. Emery, yep. Okay, they have Dismember. Definitely gonna bolt here. Then the next card we draw is Fatal Push. I wonder. I should probably cast Nimble Obstructionist. Although they can block with Ornithopter, so this is not like the 2-ish turn clock that you think it is. Especially now that they have City of Traders, they don't have to really tap Ancient Tomb. I'm going to more utilize this as like a cryptic command. And I'm thinking they'll like run out these Ornithopters eventually, right? How much more damage can they take? More is the answer. Okay, there's Revolt. Now I feel pretty set up. Down to 7. Ideally, Saga will be too slow at this point. Okay. They're willing to block with one of these, I think. I don't find a Meltdown too appealing here. Let's just keep working on this. Okay, they started with the creatures. That's smart. Because that means I don't get to draw a card if I try to limit this thing's power and toughness. Ooh, Brazen Barber. That's a good one. It'll be a while before it's one-hit shit, though. Another Ornithopter, sure. No, petty thefting this thing doesn't seem that bad. I mean, it's not a mana gain whatsoever because it's a 0 drop. But hitting for 3, not that bad. I think I can do better, though. Land drop. Three unknowns in hand, though, like, they probably have some amount of counter magic, I'd imagine. And they're ignoring our Cling to Dust. They want to get this thing bigger. There's the Petal. Okay, Petal Storm. I mean, Opal Storm here. There's Akkalpackle. Anything else? Cannot crew unlicensed hearse, notably. Okay, we have to do this in the main phase here. Not wild about it. We need more red, and always more blue. I don't want to pay the ward. Force a negation. Sure. Okay. Well, I guess I'll Brazen Barber. And then swing for lethal, ideally. Okay. This seems like the kind of deck we should have a really good matchup against. But that 1-5, it's even worse than Endurance. Thought 3-4 was bad. And yeah, they don't seem to be interested in drawing cards at all. They don't even have like Mishra's Bauble. They're just completely metagaming around that part of the World of Legacy right now, which is a really cool idea. Card advantage without drawing cards is yeah, it's really powerful right now. Sorin does it. I think I'm set up in the right way, and I don't think I need Thoughtseize anymore. Even though taking that Retrofitter Foundry was really key, I'm not going to be able to do that on the draw. So let's get better cards. Also, yeah, they seem to really like Grave Hate against me, so Cling to Dust. It did its job just fine as like 1 mana draw 1, but I think we can do better. So let's get Narset and Sorin, because we clearly have a lot of time to like do stuff against this deck. And I wish I had a 3rd Red Blast. In the absence of that, is Spellbomb just good enough? I'm not quite at From the Catacombs level here. Could be another Narset. I'm actually going to take Spell Pierce. It's a little risky, but we have a lot of really relevant cards. And we're on the draw, so we're fairly likely to hit a land. It's not quite as do or die as it was against Riskaminator. Okay, they're leading on Saga, Lotus Petal, Mox Opal. See if they'll have Metalcraft. This Petal does guarantee that as long as they make a land drop next turn, they can make some constructs. They have another Petal. Okay. Do they have Emery? No. We're ready for Emery. Alright, land. Meltdown. That's pretty good too. Do I just send that? Seems pretty good. And if they have to like use these to cast Metallic Rebuke or go down to 1 card, I don't know. I'd rather hit these constructs. Even though in that scenario, like Bolt will deal with them as well. And we have Snapcaster Mage. It's really aggressive. But it seems right. However, Force Negation would mean that it's gone. With 3 cards in hand, I don't see how this is like very bad for me. Okay. Just hoping to dodge a soul land now. Looking good. Murktide. I'm gonna hold off. We have plenty to do. We have Spell Pierce and Lightning Bolt. Probably going for another Saga here, right? Keep that going. Yep. I prefer that to an Aquapackle. Alright, really hoping for a land here. Beautiful. Alright. I mean, I had a feeling it was going to happen. We just had a lot of looks at it. Okay, here come the constructs now. Opal. So they're going to outlive a Bowmaster ping. Okay, that's Murktide mana. I think this turn I'd like to brainstorm and try and find a land so I can snap, Meltdown, and back it up with Spell Pierce. If they get Boots, that changes things a little bit, because that is a thing you'd really want to hit. Okay, they get Petal, so they need mana. Otawara. Unlicensed Terse. That is actually worth a Spell Pierce to me. Taking 4 is a little risky. I could Edict. That doesn't change anything though, they'll just sacrifice the one that's not attacking. Alright, see what we can set up here. Not much, unfortunately. What to mill? Well, if they force Snapcaster, then then I'll have 1 mana up. And I can Ponder. I think it'll be pretty hard for them to deal 15. Probably not hard for them to deal 10. Or even 12. But at 15, I think we'll be okay. I'm going to mill a Lightning Bolt. They might have a Dismember in hand. That is something that could make sense. So I at least have a blocker. They have a Hydroblast, okay. 1 card left over there. Two after a draw step. If they're both artifacts, we could be in trouble. But it looks like we're good. I'm cool to take 6 here. Sai? Okay, I hope they don't have an artifact. Okay, cool. Brainstorm. Sai has to go for sure. See if this works. They seem like they're F6, I think. Okay, cool. Let's Ponder. Sweet. Go like that. And then Murktide should be able to take over the board here. And I already know my top 2 cards. No reason to brainstorm right now. Fatal pushes up. Too big for Dismember to handle. Oh, they have Force of Will. Okay. I think that's fine. Offer the trade. No takers. That's good. Because Strix will always trade with that. Okay. That's a good one. We'll bounce there. There's Emery. Pretty scary. We should be able to get Revolt, though. Crucible of Worlds. Crucible, and I love top decking K-Command. Crucible and Urza Saga is some pretty massive endgame there. Let's put Bowmasters back. Oh, sorry. 2 damage and you discard. No real need to pick up Murktide. We'll easily win with these mid-range beats. With Jace providing almost any card we want in our deck. Alright. So this is the second, I've been trying to record this video, and this is the second time I went 4-1, only dropping to Rescaminator. And yeah, doesn't feel great, because technically I'm teched for Rescaminator. I have 2 Spell Bombs, 2 Surgical Extractions. I can't really imagine adding more cards to your sideboard or main deck to address Rescaminator. And I've thought about the matchup a lot, and I'm willing to go back to my first reaction, which was it's a problem with my mental in the matchup. I mean, you could probably see it. I'm sure I'll be like very embarrassed when I review the footage to see how much I check out when I play against that deck. And if anyone else has that experience, let me know. If not, it's something I definitely need to address because it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. It seems to be adopted into the metagame and totally fine and not problematic for the metagame. So it's something I really need to figure out. I thought I'd figured something out with Murktide, but then time went on and it wasn't really true. Trying Spellbomb, having a Spellbomb in play against them is really nice, but the problem I've found is that it's not really the cards you have against them. You just need a lot of cards, and maybe we're just not keeping up with like the beanstalk piles. That was always going to be true. And you probably shouldn't play Grixis Control if you're trying to win a big tournament or 5-0 a bunch of leagues. That is not really the aim of this channel or deck. However, I strive to present the most competitive version of Grixis Control. That is my mission. I want people who play it to feel like they're having success and at least not just like burning money, essentially. And like there's I don't know, I'm feeling a lot of angst for some reason when I've gotten these 4-1s, but it's only because this is the most popular deck in the format, and it feels like for whatever reason I can't really crack the matchup. But I also felt that way against Rhinos, and now Rhinos feels quite quaint. So stay tuned. I'm sure the next league I put out, there will be more Rescaminator. So thanks for watching the video. Check out the Patreon, please, or please subscribe. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time.